Hello YouTube, this is Phragmites of Arcanis. As part of our series of games looking back on unusual or older games, rarely played or perhaps even rarely known by other people, today we're looking at SimAnt. We're going to do a quick play of a quick game, and I'll tell you my strategy for winning a quick game. SimAnt was originally released in 1991 by Maxis, who also were the developers of SimCity and SimCity 2000, SimCity 3 and 4. In typical fashion for Maxis games of that time, they are sandbox games. There is a full game here which does have a goal, which is to defeat the red ant colonies, chase the humans out of the yard and the house. That takes a bit of time to play, so we'll go through a quick game, which is something I will sometimes do if it's late at night when it's not quite time to go to bed and I'll feel like I want another 10 or 15 minutes. I'll fire up a Windows XP virtual machine and have a quick game of SimAnt. So we'll start by clicking on quick game and immediately pause it because what we have to do is sort out these windows, which are all clumped together. So let's bring all these out. The way the windows work is a little bit awkward because you can't simply go from here and click and drag, for instance, on the SimAnt quick game, because you have to select the window first and then click on it again to move it. A little awkward, but you do get used to it. Now we'll open up the main window here. This won't be the final size we make it because I might have to tweak it again at some stage. You can see on the screen just how big the window is, and it's currently, well, we've got three repetitions here of our internal nest. We'll correct that again in a moment once we get to surface view. A quick note about the interface. Up here is the yellow ant health. You are playing as a member of the black ant colony, and your active ant is yellow, so you can see it. So your health bar is up here. You get into the danger zone below that little line, and you have to eat some food in order to be able to stay alive. Below that we've got the black ant colony population size and health, general health of the colony, and the red colony population size and their health. Other items in the interface include the ability to view various alarm and scent marking trails. We'll have a look at those in a bit, and just the ability to look at the different nest views and the view of the surface. And one of the first things I will do is set the behavior control. I don't want to dig. I just want to forage and do a little bit of nursing. I want about 20% nursing because I want to be able to build up my ant colony population as quickly as possible. And under case control, I don't really want any workers or breeders because this is a quick game. We're not looking to colonize any other plots of land within the garden. So we'll leave the breeders at 0. Workers, we won't need them. We'll need soldiers. As you'll see later on, I'll be able to give my soldier ants, or worker ants if there are any, tasks to do, very simple tasks as a group. And it doesn't matter if they're workers or soldiers. So because we want our colony to defeat the red ant colony, we need to have lots of soldiers to do that. So back to the game. Up at the top, this is our grass level. It's got a bit glitchy now. So let's see what we can do when we actually unpause it and make our red ant dig a little bit. Now it is a bit confusing for the ant because of the size of the screen. It wants to dig all over the place. So what we're going to do is bring them back a bit. And the reason why we want to dig at all is because we need to be able to have enough space to store our food and raise our little ant army. Now they're on the surface, I'm going to pause it again and explain a few things about what's going on here. The first thing I'm going to do is readjust this screen size, because as you'll notice it's duplicating my yellow ant here and here. So we've got this window a bit too big for it. If we watch the surface view window and see if we can get that gray box to fit nicely inside, there we go, and just make it a little bit larger and a little bit further down. That's pretty good. We'll bring this back into the center now so we can see it a bit more easily. Okay, we're ready to go through what we're looking at. The green dots in the middle are a automatically generated food source for both the black ant colony or the extra hole that I've created here, and the red ant colony, which is over here. There's a red ant there. He's got a bit of food, probably heading back to his nest. This here is just a caterpillar. It's visual only, it wanders around the screen a bit, doesn't do anything or interact in any way with your ants, so you can just pretty much ignore him. The same can be said for the odd little pill bug that will wander through. They don't interfere with anything either. The spider, however, does. It spends its time hunting and killing ants, both red and black. You just have to hope that it spends more time on the red ant side to help along your cause, rather than hunting down your black ant mates. These other little holes in the ground are caused by ant lions, which are little grubs or larvae of an insect, and they have a little pit. And if any of your ants, or any ant whatsoever, walks into the pit, it can't climb out, and the ant lion proceeds to kill it. Right, these little grey blobs are stones and pebbles on the ground. They will impede your ant's progress and any other ant. Sometimes they can be configured so that they can entirely block an area off, and you'll find that ants will get trapped, being too stupid to actually go around. They are randomly generated for each new map or each section of the full game that you would play. Okay, we're just about ready to unpause it and start playing. My ant is down here. The first thing I'm going to do, while my health is very low, is head up to here and probably eat some of that food. So let's unpause the game. Click once to move somewhere, and my ant will travel up there. His health is just low enough. If I double click on a piece of food, he'll eat it and his health will be restored. And now I'm going to pick up a piece of food by double clicking on it and click on my nest and have him travel back. I want to avoid the ant lion area wherever possible. One little ant, you can drop your there we go, drop it, click on the hole, and let's go out. Alright, now if I click and hold on my ant, I got a menu appearing, and I want to recruit as many ants as I can. So I've recruited 10 ants. I actually only have 8. However, that means I've recruited all of them. Now that I've got them, I'm going to click and hold and choose exchange, because I want my ant to be a soldier, and that's one of these guys. Much bigger heads. They've got a better ability to fight. And now that I've recruited them, let's avoid the ant lions, head back up to the food source, and see if we can't monopolize that and get more of the food than the red ants can get. That will help our colony grow quickly. Once I'm here, I'm going to release half of these ants, and they're going to pick up the food and head back to the actual nest itself, carrying the food, and in so doing will create a very strong scent trail, which other ants will then be able to pick up and follow to and from the food. I'm going to recruit another 10, and hopefully they're going to avoid those ant lions. And one of them didn't, two of them didn't. Alright, that's going to be a problem. Right, let's release everybody. Spider's on the hunt, and he's just picked up one of our worker ants. Everybody else, however, looks like they're successfully getting back to the hole with the food. Some of them are going a bit of a long way around. Let's recruit everybody again. I'm going to move myself up a bit higher so I lose that direct line across the ant lines. And now that everybody's here, let's return them down. Oh look, they're having a go chasing off the spider. There's not enough of them though. I needed quite a few more to make a success out of that. We just recruited a few more, lost some to the ant lions. They're going to be troublesome this time. We're being very heavily outstripped in population here, but it looks like the spider is going on a bit of a hunt over with the reds. Now I'm going to release everybody and let's get some of this food back and see if our nest can grow a bit more. Let's have a look at our nest. Got a fair amount of food. A few eggs to be hatched, that's all good. Right, back up a bit further to avoid those ant lions and recruit. Things are going a bit better on the population side. We need to be roughly double the red population in order to successfully raid their nest. Yeah, I've just been fed as my health had been drastically reduced. I'm going to release all these guys and let them take that food back. Right, continuing this process, I might get attacked by some red ants while I'm up here. And instead I've been sucked into the blades of a lawnmower, evil lawnmower. And what will happen now is I will get reborn. And now I can try to get my ant out of this nest and return to the surface. Let's avoid the ant lions and collect some ants together here. We've got 11 to choose from, and thankfully the red ant population has collapsed. If we can maintain this sort of pressure on them by grabbing as much food as possible, we should be able to reduce their numbers even further relative to our own. So let's release half of those guys and recruit another 10. Make sure that we've got all our ants doing something, either carrying food back to the nest or coming out to me to defend the food area. Those ant lions are being a real pain because they're preventing me from properly defending this area while I recruit ants to my cause. So I'll just keep losing to the ant lions. Okay, I've got a fair number, 17 to 9, 19 to 8. I think it's time to go on a raid and see if we can't win this. The spider is dead. Let's recruit everybody we've got and head on over. Now I'm going to have to go a bit slowly this time because I'm losing some ants here to the confusion of the rocks. There's a few pitched battles going on there. I still have a fair number with me. Let's go in and do this. Select the red ant nest. I'll stick my head in there and my black ant buddies will follow in after me. I just survived a battle and their queen is about to fall, I hope. We're stealing all their food. It's quite a battle going on with the queen and she has died. And that is the end of the quick game. I defeated the Red Menace and I had a pretty good quick game score. That was over fairly fast, and I'll continue that, and I could choose to play another quick game or a full game, but I won't do that now. Maybe in another video in the future we'll have a look at a full game and the strategies involved in that, but for now that was a quick playthrough of a quick game of SimAnt. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below and leave a comment if you have anything to say, and we'll see you next time.